I'm going to assume it's fine. Anyway, this is Bokida. This is a very interesting, very monochromatic, for the most part, like first-person sandbox game with a very strange premise in that you really don't have any overt goals. You just kind of explore and you create and destroy things, and it's got a great sense of a physics system as well. I did actually do a video on this, but it's been out for a little while, or it's been being worked on, rather, I should say, for a while. And the dudes over at, Rice Cooker Republic that made this were kind enough to apparently put my name in the credits for it, and there's been a number of updates, so I figured it would be a nice day to have a look at it again and see if anything has changed. And now that I've got this new computer, we can test the physics system out and see quite how many times we can subdivide things. Maybe the game's a little quiet, huh? Okay, well I can handle that. Quiet is better than too loud. But it's also quiet right now in general. So let's start it up. Prelude, Rain Starts. I haven't actually seen this little interspliced gameplay exposition element. Oh, that's quite an FOV on this game now. I don't remember it being quite this wide. It's almost the opposite of fisheye. Build, select the first tool by pressing 1. Right, and then we can make blocks. Plop a cube on the targets. Very nice. Aim at a cube. Hold left click down. Drag your mouse to pop cubes down in a row. So we're tutorializing. There's a much nicer sense of a tutorial now. And now we can launch blades. We can use the mouse wheel to rotate and then just slice things up, which is really satisfying and fun because everything is physics powered. I also found out you're in the credits for Anodyne. Beat that a few days ago. Thank you. Yeah, I know. That's really exciting, too. I love that. Yeah, this game is really cool, and it just didn't get nearly enough credit for what it's been doing. Oh, I just remembered something. Is this one of those games that played with the weird controls? No, I'm just not allowed to move yet. Okay, hold and release to launch a wide blade. Right, forgot about that. Alright, press for the third one, that's number 3, and push. And then we'll make a shockwave and blow everything all around. Okay, fourth tool is the clean up, which makes this orb, and then makes everything disappear. Can I move now? Switch tools with tab. Oh. Okay, well, I've been using the number keys. I'm not sure I like that it forces you to stand still, actually, while you're learning that stuff. Move backward with S. I mean, at this point in the world of gaming, I feel like a first-person game shouldn't be all that controversial to just sort of expect the player to understand that you move with WASD on PC. I remember this one, forgot about it, was pretty cool. I agree. Very, very cool. So I'm just going to clean this stuff up because I have a feeling we're going to be building lots of things later. So the cool thing about this game, aside from what you just saw, is what you see in the background, for anyone that hasn't tried this yet. All of this stuff is accessible. We can walk anywhere you can see right now. So it is a massively open world. It's not procedurally generated or anything, but it is definitely large and interesting and strange. And there's all sorts of weird circumnavigation, schematic-looking things going on in the sky. Let the shadow guide you. It will point in the direction of the nearest dark obelisk. What shadow would that be? Did I miss a shadow here? Alright, let's go back to our build tool. I mean, I can see the dark obelisk right there. I guess there's one right over here too, right? Where you been, RockLee? I've been recording, mostly. Where you been? I hope you guys all had lovely holidays, by the way, since I haven't gotten to really speak to you much one-on-one. But now we are reunited, and it feels so good. All shadows point to the obelisk, okay. I feel so empty without the analysis. I understand, I kind of feel that way as well. How did these shards get all the way over here? Did I really blow them this far away? Oh, I guess I could make a shadow? Okay, I know what you mean. Alright, so when I last played this, the obelisk didn't actually have any purpose as far as I was aware. And there are more of them now, I can already tell. Hey, I see there's a shadow. It's pointing to nothing, actually. So I think I'm supposed to put a block in each one of these. It seems kind of like the course of action. That's a cool color scheme when those go together. Oh, I'm filling it in And now I feel like I'm playing Antichamber or something. Oh, there's a cutscene now. This game is so freaking cool. Are you wearing your Doge shirt? I'm actually not, unfortunately, but it's in the wash. They get kind of stiff when they're new, I'm sure you know. You can now move more freely. Hold spacebar to reach greater heights. Oh, so you actually get like a boost from this. That's interesting. Did it like do something to the ground too? Man, that is so weird. It's just made this line up into the sky. It feels like we're playing Mirror Moon a little bit, doesn't it? Feed the Abyss. This game is so classy. Like, it's made by a bunch of students from Paris, I believe. And the presentation style in this, it's just so nice. Like, the whole aesthetic of it feels really clean and really professional and really solid. And it just kind of makes you want to live in this world. And the music, too, it's all really engrossing. And it's got a beautiful sense of ambience and elegance to it. My Doge shirt is in the wash. If I had a dime for every time that's happened to me when that happens. Alright, so I guess we can make a path towards wherever the next area is that we want to go. I mean, we can go anywhere we want. There's no reason we have to even engage in the game world. We can just build and mess around if we want. Didn't the game used to default to French? I think it did, actually. I didn't actually set anything up before this. I just, right before we started, I downloaded the newest version from the website. And again, if anyone feels like dropping the link for this one anytime, feel free. Because this is totally free right now. You can actually grab this. I think it's the grayscale pops of color that make it look so good. It's so clean. I agree, that is definitely a big part of it. But I think also the typography and like the putting the brackets around things and everything is like, it's well considered. And the design elements mesh well together. And then when you put the music on top of it and the sense of ambience, like I said, it all really does feel cohesive. Oh, what's this over here? There's kind of ruins I'm not sure I've seen before. Also, the draw distance on this game is freaking crazy. Like, all of this stuff, the entire game is visible pretty much at the same time. I mean, yeah, there's a few pillars like beyond some of these mountains and stuff, but for the most part you can see the majority of the entire thing without much of any fog. The white background really hurts my eyes. Alright, well, I hear you on that. Hey, Cornbrony. Thank you for coming by. There's shadows. They're not probably pointing to the next obelisk, right? I don't think they are. Well, we'll probably go inside for a bit, and it will be less white in there, I think. I like that I can jump this high now. That's really exciting. I should be building stuff, and I'm just kind of not. But I'll mess around with the building stuff in a little bit, too. The abstract nature of the geometry gives it a nice feel, and I'm glad it's not too naturalistic. Yeah, it kind of feels like we're in, like, a salt mine or something. Like, everything... Oh, I just kind of fell there. Okay, well, I guess that's fine. I thought this used to be a void in the past, but now I think it's not anymore. Unless I'm just thinking of somewhere else. Well, I should have probably built something here. I could just make a pillar. And climb my way back up. Oh, the bridge is actually quite a ways up above me. There we go. Much easier to build when I get this double jump situation going on. There it goes. I think I've actually built over the bridge. Oh my god, I've fallen off again. I'm the worst. Well, that's okay. Now I can actually climb this much faster. Let me not do that again. Alright, there we go. I also like that even though everything's on a grid, it doesn't actually conform to the grid at all times. There are plenty of things that are off-kilter. So it's both kind of mechanical and organic at the same time, which is not a thing that you see too often. Usually things stick to one premise or the other. Thank you, Joseph Barkin, for dropping the link for that. And again, I want to urge you guys, if anybody is still just new to this, feel free to go grab this game and play it yourself. It is totally free. And if you don't mind, leave a little vote on their page where it says, if this was a full game, would you buy it? Because I definitely would. And I would love to see more people supporting this developer, or this group of developers, I should say. Xbox One Minecraft. Just build a tower straight up. I could do that. There's a part of me that wonders if maybe it would be kind of interesting to see if there were like experimental procedural textures on stuff, just as like a separate mode or like a mod or some kind of alternate thing Not necessarily that that represents the game, but that it would be interesting to see things with color on them in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't necessarily have to always be all white. Not that I'm knocking it for the aesthetic, like I was just saying, I'm totally complimenting it for that. I just kind of am curious, what would this look like? And I'm imagining kind of something like Zenith right now, which would be kind of interesting. You know, a big open, like, rocky desert, or something like that. Oh, where's the shadow coming from? Something moving? There's some kind of moving construction beyond here? Why is that shadow happening? Where is that coming from? Something's moving. Oh, is it the whole mountain? Hey, Cornbrony just subscribed. Thank you very much for that. I think making it earth tones would kill the look. What do you mean by procedurally generated textures? I was thinking, like, this is, like, super out there, and I don't even know why I jumped to this concept, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while. Like, what if somehow the pixels that were in all the textures were generated through a seed? So you could change the entire look of the whole game, because everything's essentially flat shaded right now, right? It's all monochromatic white, with the exception of the things that you build. So what if you allowed the players to generate a seed for all the textures, so every time you play the game could look a little bit different. And if you find a look that you like, you just write down the password for it, essentially. Alright, let's build up a little bit. I think we want to go maybe up and see some of these structures up at the top. Yeah, it was just kind of a weird idea that I had been thinking about, and this seems like a game that would be able to get away with it if they wanted to, and it really... I don't think it would really upset the concept much at all, especially if it wasn't even like a main mode, like if you could just opt out of that option or not. Like maybe just in the options menu there would just be a little dialogue box where you'd pop in characters. Alright, let's get over there. That's not going to work at all. Well, I guess this is a good opportunity to break some stuff. Oh, right, I can't build blocks here at all because this is a mountain, right? You lose a sense of a precise art style, though. It may just be all over the place. Yeah, I mean, it might be kind of ridiculous, too, but I'm just kind of curious about that whole thing. Alright, let's chop this down and see what happens. Let's chop it, like, right on this cleave line. I want to see how things bend. It's so satisfying watching things snap apart in this game. And it's so smooth now. I mean, not that it wasn't smooth before, but now I have a feeling I can do a lot more stuff and not have the frame rate cut down to absolutely nothing. It's so unnecessary most of the time to cut things up, but it's just so fun. Alright, let's get rid of all of this stuff. Just letting you know, if you're unaware, it's not just the first, but all obelisks give you a new power. That's awesome. Well, I look forward to finding more obelisks. I kind of know where they are. I'm just kind of taking a meandering path about this. You know, the other thing this reminds me a lot of is maybe a cross between Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, which I think were probably games that I think a lot of people would like to be compared to. And I'm pretty sure this is not an intentional... like an influence or anything, or well, I don't know, maybe it is, but it's definitely not directly related to it in any specific way. It's just sort of a general theme that I feel. Didn't you crash your computer last time? Yeah, I did, but I was also trying to crash my computer at the time. And the time when it crashed was actually not when I was expecting it to crash. I thought I was going to make it much further before that happened. I hope there's an obelisk up here, otherwise I'm going to have to go very long out of my way for no apparent reason. Alright, let's start building up. I think that's going to be a common theme. We spend a lot of our time just building columns that we're going to sit up on top of. The cutting reminds me of Tiny and Big. Yeah, that's totally true as well. There's a cell shading thing that reminds me of Borderlands. Yep, I see that too. Alright, where is something? Is there anything up here? What are your specs to your PC? I actually have that written in the description underneath the stream window, so if you want to check out, I've got all my stuff over there. Man, I can see my house from here. Look at that view distance. That is ridiculous. It's like Moai heads over there or something. Probably not actually, but looks a little bit like it. So where's the obelisk? Is it on the other side? Hi, Zen. How's it going? Can you cut the tower while you're still on it? Yes, absolutely. That is what I'm probably going to do as soon as I build my way over a little bit. Oh, right, I forgot I could click and drag so I can actually just walk straight away across the world. This is going to be such an uneven, ridiculous-looking structure when I turn around. I feel like Silver freaking Surfer. And I think we're about to run into this rock. Oh, we've gone under the shadow of it. This game is so good. I can't believe people aren't talking about this all the time. Oh, did I run out? Wait, what happened here? No, you can't run out. I just got off the grid, that's all. Taking a break from video games to work. Well, I'm taking a break from video games to play video games. Alright, so we're gonna find if there's any kind of obelisk here, and then we're gonna cut down this insane structure and watch it break apart. Does gravity not apply until you cut it? That is correct. Alright, let's look around. Is there anything here? Maybe I can just keep going way up higher. Look at the shadow, you can... Oh, crap. Kind of fell off on that one. Alright, no problem. Yeah, the shadow is indicative of how strange this shape is. I love that there's dynamic shadows on the actual structure as well. I mean, you can build pretty much anything in this. It's basically like something like Minecraft in that it's a construction kit. Those are some fine specs, 2 amazing graphics. Yeah, it's a great computer. You can thank Rumble Muffin for helping me build that. Well, I can thank him. Thank you, Rumble Muffin. And what I'm thinking is, provided this game is reasonably well optimized, it should be able to be capable of doing some pretty wild crap. So I do look forward to playing with that in a little bit. See, this pipeline of green that I've made here is just ridiculous. I just realized what you're doing with those squares. Yeah, I'm quite high up in the air at this point. I'm hoping there's an obelisk on top. No, there's not. So we've basically come up here for no reason. Well, that's alright. We're still going to have a pretty impressive bunch of stuff happening when I decide to let myself drop. I can't believe it lets me go this high up in the air. I've actually passed the height of this entire thing. Holy crap, you are so high up. I know. It's small wonder that this lets you keep going. Like, I can't believe how high in the sky I am. What do you guys want me to do? You want me to just cut down into this thing and watch it all fall apart, or do you want me to... Oh, you know what's better? Let's go straight this way for a while. And I'll just, like, go over the entire world, and then we'll find another obelisk, and then when we get down to it, we'll cut up the whole thing from behind us. I think that's going to be the most fun way to enjoy this little experiment that we've set up. I'm gonna jump, don't worry. I'm just gonna get over to where it's useful first before I jump. The thing that causes the most lag is if you have a giant structure made up of a ton of cubes, not necessarily a bunch of cubes in the game world. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, sorry this is gonna take a few minutes here. Should be worth it, though. Hi, Dan the Man. Try to cut it at the source so the whole thing comes down. That's what I'm hoping to do. But now that I'm seeing how far away I am from any actual thing, I'm starting to wonder if this is actually not a practical idea. Can I, like, build... I want to build over a couple, and then if we could go, like... Yeah, around it? Okay, so the draw distance is so far, it didn't even look like there was anything happening. Let's see if... Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to see if I can hit this from here, down at the base. And this should cause the entire thing to chain reaction fall, and if computer crashes and/or my stream cuts out, my apologies, I will be right back. I have a solid state drive now, so rebooting should not take more than a couple of minutes at most. Alright, here we go. Cross your fingers, guys. Here we go. Bam! This is going to travel for a while before it hits. Watch for it to turn red. Hopefully I hit it. The distance is like really far. Maybe I didn't hit it actually. I don't think I hit it. Alright, why don't I launch a few of these? One of these is going to do it. Wait for it. Seriously? Okay, maybe these actually have a fixed travel distance, because I'd be pretty surprised if none of those actually hit. Only one blade exists at a time. Oh, you're right about that. So the last one I shot was kind of inaccurate. Alright, that one looks like it's going to hit just fine, so I'll not throw this one. Okay, it doesn't seem like I can reach that, so I guess there might be a distance issue here. What if I do this? This is higher up, so maybe I can reach it. Man. That's frustrating. I really want to shoot this thing. What about up here? Oh! Well, I hit the edge. This will give me a chance to hit this from the bottom, though. Ready? Whoa. Whatever. Okay, let that go. Seriously? Come on, just freaking hit it. That should do it. Don't throw. Oh, seriously? It's unhittable. There it is. Oh yeah, the frame rate just took a huge cut. Alright, let's behold as this beast falls out of the sky. And the cubes will rain down. If you're experiencing massive frame drops and can't rely on your tools to relieve some of the stress bearing on your computer, you can use the Clean Everything button available in the in-game menu. That's good. I'm glad there's one of those. That was not nearly as climactic as I thought it would be because we didn't get to see the main part of the structure. Alright, let's clean everything so we don't have to worry about that possibly hanging on. Yeah, there we go. That frame rate, I know. Well, it actually wasn't that bad, but then again, we couldn't see all that much stuff either. Man, I can't believe how far away I am from anything now. Alright, well, there's definitely one there. And the one that I already got to is there. You can see, thankfully, that there's, you know, the beam shooting up into the sky. Dick's Ego asks, what's up with this game, Nick, can you explain? There you go. Yeah, there's a link. Thank you, Joseph. Build a thick structure? Oh, I will. I just want to go to one more obelisk, and then we'll start playing around with some of the experimental weirdness. Last time when I was doing this, I actually figured out a way to, like, build a boat, like a land boat. It wasn't exactly legit, and they may have patched out my ability to do so, but it was kind of cool for a minute that I could kind of shoot myself along the ground. And then everything got weird and floppy when I ran into stuff. You can go ahead and quote me out of context for that. I'm sure it's coming. Oh, excuse me, just needed a sip of my tea. Oh, there's big old holes in the ground here. What's that about? Land boats still exist. Alright. Well, I thought maybe I was like the first person to think of that idea, because I was being real dumb when I came up with it. Land boats are the fastest way to travel to, what's this shape over here? Some kind of gates or something. Like throwing the boat in the corner. Yeah, that's me. Always throwing. Let's see what's up with these gates. I want to see if I can do anything with these. I mean, mostly everything except the obelisk doesn't seem to be interactive, but I kind of like that in a way, too. I'm just kind of curious. Also, if you want to try to crash your computer, you can cut blocks into tiny pieces. It works really well. Yeah, I'm sure it does. If I start bisecting things and then bisecting them more and more, you'll just end up with, like, particles almost. This is cool. You know what would have been even better, though? Like, when you walk through these, if they lit up or something. Even if they lit up with, like, black energy or something, that could be kind of neat. Just something more dynamic about the landscape, because a lot of it feels a bit static most of the time, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's kind of part of the strength, too, in some ways. But just a couple little touches and flourishes, I think, would go a long way. Is there anything up here? I think there isn't really any more stuff that I'm missing. It's really just that one that's off in the distance there. But I would be a little frustrated if I got all this way over and then I just didn't check. Bisexting. Do people do that nowadays? Do they bisexting? Alright, nope, nothing going on here. Let's slice this down. Look at that fall. That's so cool. It's got such a sense of impact, too, until like you realize you're right next to it and it's not really breaking apart that well. When it looks like it's far away, though, and it's falling hard, it looks like everything is really heavy. Alright, let's clean all this junk up. Yeah, it certainly does take quite a while to walk to some of these things. I guess that's part of the fun, though. And the fact that you have all this room to play, too, if you just want to mess around. Because if I really wanted to, I guess I could just build straight up, right? And then just, like, guide my way over there. There's no limits to how many blocks you can make or how much stuff you can cut up. It's just really about, like, how long your frame rate will hold out, I suppose. So, like, I could just do this now and just walk. I kind of forgot how to make land boats. I'll try it in a minute, though. This game needs soft body physics. I completely agree. I mean, it kind of has them in a way, but like crumpleable boxes or something would be pretty wild. I almost feel like this could have like geomod technology too, like if the entire terrain was as interactable as these squares that you're making, or these cubes. You cut apart the mountains and everything, I guess then it would be very much like Tiny and Big, but not that they like own the concept of destructible, you know, terrain deformation. I think if anybody does, probably Red Faction or something, but no, nobody does. Alright, so we're just walking through the sky here over to this monolith. It's totally cheating, but I like the fact that the game lets you approach things the way you feel like approaching them. Interactable camera. I mean, just from the little bit you guys have seen of this already, doesn't it really feel like a big budget game that just nobody knows about for some reason? It just seems like it's serious, like there's a lot going on here. It's very professional. And it's just a bit astounding that it's still so under the radar. Like, even the main few sites that are usually on top of this kind of stuff, even after I covered it, seemed like nobody was really watching, which is unfortunate. Well, there goes that. Oh man, singularity bombs on Red Faction. Should go back to that game. I was kind of enjoying Guerrilla, and I did enjoy the first one quite a bit, and I even finished the second one, which I don't think a lot of people did. Not the best game of all time, but I did enjoy the first one quite a bit. It felt like Half-Life, but with destructible environments to a little degree. Oh god, is this Terraria? Yeah, basically this is Terraria. I mean, not at all different or anything. I miss Red Faction. Yeah, I wish they would make, like, a good one, like a good first-person one again. I know the last one, Armageddon, was, like, third-person, which was close or something, but I don't know, the concept was another gimmick. I kind of felt like the whole erasing and painting in elements of the environment was sort of like a sci-fi epic Mickey or something, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. We used to just dig holes with the bazookas in multiplayer. Same here. Same here. Yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody did. It was unfortunate that you eventually reached a layer of, like, impenetrable rock, but I kind of understand why they had to do that, because, you know, PS2 game, or at least if you were playing it on the PS2, which I think many of us were, was it a launch title, or was it, like, right after launch? I can't remember. I know it was kind of a big deal for a while. I'm trying to remember, what was the first game? Was it, like, Fantavision or something? The freaking fireworks game that I can't remember the name of now. Alright, this one looks like it's breaking apart. What do I do with this? Do I need to fill it in? Or maybe there's the gaps are down below or something. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh, this looks like a shape that I might need to fill. Or maybe I need to fill in the entire base of this. Probably that, actually. Oh. Well, this might take a few moments, because I gotta draw a freaking line around everything. Well, I guess I could just do this, right? Not all that difficult. You know, the other thing I have not referenced at all when I've played this is freaking Antechamber, and I'm not sure how that's possible, because this totally has some of that minimalistic vibe to it. And now if we're doing a fill-in empty spaces with cubes puzzle, I think that's what we're doing anyway, but if we are doing that, then that's a very big, like, Antechamber reference. I would wonder if these guys are influenced by that. I mean, I would expect that they could have been. You just mentioned Antechamber a bit ago, did I? Wow, I guess I'm really bad at remembering things. It's entirely possible. Oh, stop jumping so high. That time I didn't mean to jump that high, I was just trying to get out of that corner. Did it again. I can't not jump twice. Mentioned Antechamber in your video. Oh, okay. Well, it's been a while since I watched my video of that, and I kind of forget what I say half the time. But good, I'm glad I did, because it kind of should have been referenced. At least it got Gersman's number 2. Alright, that's good. I didn't really watch a lot of the Game of the Year lists, because in some ways I kind of don't care, but I do care about the people that are writing the lists, and I'm curious to know what they think. But as far as making, like, proclamations about what's good and what's not, or what's the best, you know, that's all subjective. I would like to see a few lists that had Gone Home at the top of it. I think that's certainly one that I would have picked, but I've been kind of vocal about that on Twitter. Okay, I think we're almost done, provided we are doing a thing. I don't know that we are. So don't be too surprised if just nothing happens when I finish filling this in. Okay. I filled it in. Now what? Nothing happened. Don't be surprised, I told you not to be. What about at the top? No. Nothing going on up here. Alright, anybody know what I'm supposed to do with this one? Maybe this one's just not implemented yet? Oh, maybe I can cut it or push it or something? No. I knew the other obelisk you couldn't. Oh, I pushed the chunks back into place. Alright, well, I understand now. I'm dumb. I really wasn't thinking that it would make me use my other tools. I kind of expected that most... Oh god, I've fallen off the world. No! Alright, let's build a tower again. Just surround the whole thing with blocks. Alright, let's keep pushing away. And a couple more on this side, and I think that's it. There we go. Reminds me of the monoliths from 2001, I agree. Oh, we've made the void larger, and it looks like it's sucking up more of the world, and I guess that bigger sphere around it is maybe the maximum. You can now shatter blocks with the push tool, stand close to a block, aim for it holding down right click for a couple seconds. Really? I can shatter things. This is new. Stand close to a block, aim for it holding down the right click for, like, up against a block? Oh, I'm not on the push tool, that's why. I thought I was still. No, I didn't hit 3 that time. There we go. Alright, I guess that's a thing. It's like a shotgun. That is strange. Actually makes a shotgun sound and everything. I'm not sure how useful that really is, but it's interesting anyway. I guess we'll clean that back up then. I am very curious as to what the other powers are going to be then. Oh, I guess I cleaned up most of the crap out of that. Oh well. Alright, let's go find some flat space and let's see if we can do something here. Oh, I kind of want to cut this first, though. I seriously just, like, can't cut things in this game for some reason. Oh, what happened there? It's only red in a small chunk? Is this structure too large to be cut down? What happened? Alright, well, clearly that part is cut apart. Boing. Let's watch it fall. That was strangely artistic, the way that happened, wasn't it? That's really cool. Can I cut it apart down at the base more? Just doesn't reach again. Oh no, it did. Alright, we're gonna watch this from below. Thankfully there's no falling damage. Oh man, it broke apart a bunch of times on the way down. That's neat. I think you have a really strange sense of perspective and scale in this game. Because everything is so big and you're so little and it's just like kind of hard to tell. Well, that was fun. Also this blade thing moves really slowly too. Alright, let's clean everything and then we'll have a fresh, clean slate. To build a land boat. Let the shadow guide you. No, I'm good. I got the idea now. So what did I do with that? I had like 6 or 8 tiles or something. I was just making something like this. And then I had built like a chunk up here. We're just gonna pretend that this is a sail, I guess. And then I was just using 3. Right? It was something like pushing it like that? No? What if I push it once? Oh, it can't be on the ground, that's why. What if I cut it along the base, though? So it's not attached to anything anymore. Yeah, that actually did work. Now, are they still attached to each other is the question. Oh, there we go. I'm actually moving, but yeah, they break apart. So that's probably not going to work very well. Alright, that's fine. Let's try it properly now. We'll build it up from the ground by 1, and then we can just cut off the base. No, that's not exactly what I meant to do. I actually wanted to cut it on that seam. I'll slice it up into a million pieces, I guess. Yeah, that's already starting to kill the frame rate. Too many subdivisions. What have I done? Make more, I guess? Yeah, that is... Wow, that's really bad all of a sudden. If I hit push on this, it's probably going to do horrible things, right? Oh, actually breaking them apart helped. Man, it looks almost like leaves. Interesting physics to everything. I like how it changes the colors on them as well. So thankful for that menu and the button there. You can use the clean tool to erase... Oh, right, I forgot I can do that. Okay. Right, see, we can do one of those. Guys, that was painful to watch. Just saying. Alright, now we've got a freestanding structure. Oh, and it looks like it's actually holding together too, but it's moving in the direction that I'm pushing it in. Now, when I did it last time, I was able to actually build a lot of momentum. Oh, yeah, I think we're doing it now. Alright, well, I've knocked one of the blocks off of it, but that'll happen. Woo, we're sledding. No, we're not. We were for a second, though. Now we've got a capital T that we can sled on, I suppose. Whoa. Okay, it shot me way up in the air. That wasn't exactly what I was trying to do. What about just this single bit? I wish you could make half blocks or something, because these seem so tall. And we're down to one single couplet of blocks. I guess it's not going to really happen. Alright. Next thing I want to build... Let's play with towers a little bit for a second here. I want to build a tower all the way up into the sky and then cut it down, because that's always fun. Hi, Amy Law. How's it going? Make a big ship. Well, what I could do is I could actually build something way up in the sky and then, like, erase the block under it and then ride it down, if I really wanted, but I don't know if I really want to. I like how far away you can start building, too. Okay, we're pretty high at this point, I would say. Look at the shadow on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the shadow is crazy long. Because I kind of messed this up last time. This time I want to do this properly. Let's see, where's the tallest structure? I guess it's those mountains that I was at last time. And I think I'll build like a little structure at the top of it, because that's always fun to see it fall and break. We got jokes. Okay, I think we're good. It's quite tall now. So if we really wanted to, we could just, like, colonize the sky, which is also a pretty sweet hardcore band. And we could just make, like, a house up here, if you want to, like, settle down, live in the sky with me. Could be fun. Anybody want to live in the sky with me? Oh, well, that's not quite where I wanted to take that. There we go. I've got kind of a little house, I suppose. Pretty crappy little house. Has a roof. Roofs are good. Very good for keeping the rain out and such, but there's no rain here in Bokida World. So we just got this little, I don't know what you want to call this, like a coliseum, mini coliseum. Alright, let's fall down. Then we're gonna skydive here. Alright, so off in the void, there's a tiny little building. Okay, how do you want me to cut this? Well, I kind of wanted to, for a minute, maybe cut it, like, vertically through everything, but that's not really going to help. Hey, Waterperson4 just subscribed. Thank you very much for that. I would give you a yaha, but I think I'm trying to cut down. Shatter it. Well, I guess I could shatter the bottom block, that's true. But yeah, thank you to the subscriber. I hope you enjoy your emotes, and I appreciate the support. It directly supports me in a huge, huge way. And here comes our structure. This is all for you. Look at it wiggle through the air. That is crazy. It completely goes from like a solid into a liquid. And here comes the top. Bam! Block explosion. That was fun. Maybe a little less dramatic than I even expected it to be, but still fun nonetheless. Now what happens if I just take the cutter and I just like run a straight line through all of this stuff? You can see the path that changes color in front of me. That's kind of neat. Seems like it does stop after a pretty short amount of time, though. Like, it only cuts so many blocks before it fades. I guess that's kind of reasonable, isn't it? Look at it wiggle. Alright, so is there anything else you guys want to see me do before we wrap up our Bokida segment? I'm open to suggestion. There's still plenty more exploring to do, so it's not like I'm spoiling the whole game or anything. There's a big old world in front of us. Just found an obelisk that lets me flip gravity on blocks. Wow. Okay, that's kind of weird. Get another obelisk. Well, that might take me a few minutes. I was just thinking if there's any specific, like, create and destroy type things you wanted me to mess around with. Spell out mechanical yeti. Make a box with a window and use it as a vehicle. Ghost the vault. Ride down a huge slope. There are many, many options, aren't there? I could try... Well, okay, the problem with slopes, though, is you can't really build on them. Oh, well, this one apparently you can, so never mind. Take it all back. This one apparently is flat enough that it lets you. Alright, let's try that out real quick. Ooh. I just wanted one. Yeah, I've never seen an incline that lets you build at that angle like that. Oh, come on. This is weird. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And now I've got to get up above it. I was up above it. Never down in it. Okay, so I should be able to just clean, and then we'll ride that down. Oh, well, I've fallen off, and it's not really moving very quickly anyway. Apparently your body will block it from sliding, though. I didn't know that. Yay, look at me go. Oh god, I'm on clean. I meant push. And the whole thing falls apart. Need stronger bonds for blocks. Maybe they could put some glue in there. Can you make a big old donger? I'm sure you can. They changed the angle limits. Huh, alright. I see Nick streaming, then I see Yume Nikki and Live the Queen. I get very psyched about this. Alright, well, we're going to be moving along to Yume Nikki in just a few moments. I was just seeing if there was anything else anyone wanted me to do, and I think a lot of those things are going to require a bit of setup time. But I feel like I kind of want to just, like, do a Let's Play of this game. It's really fun. And it's really weird, and it's really cool, and it's pretty, and I don't know. The whole thing is really neat. Hello there, Groomp. Build a leaning tower on that slope and break it. That I kind of want to do, yeah. Let's do that. Is it this slope? It's not this slope. Which is the slope I was just playing with a second ago? Over here? I am very easily distracted. I think it was this one here. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I kind of want to see what it does when we build, like, straight away from that angle. It's cool that they let you do this, because I think before they didn't. It was just kind of like if it was straight up and down or not, that's really all you get. Alright, so now I can just go straight out like that. And I could theoretically then build underneath it and make like a triangle. And where are the game groups? Alright, now we'll go back down. This is going to be interesting. I like that water person for, that's nice. Alright, look at that weird old shape we just made. That's kind of cool. A little pyramid, almost. Alright, so then we'll cut it. Where do you want me to cut it? Like, up at the top in the middle and watch the two sides fall apart together? Nope, I want it straight up and down like that. Let's see if that hits properly. Oh yeah, it did. But it's only going to break on the one side, I forgot, because it just, that side's fastened. Never mind. It's so weird how flexible these shapes are. Like, it would be neat if you could set up some kind of, like, amount of elasticity. But I have no idea how you would do such a thing. Alright, well, I think we should wrap up our Bokida moment here. I think we had a pretty fun time with this, or I did anyway, and I hope you guys will go ahead and check this out. Looks like a straw drinking the mountain. So once again, this is Bokida, totally free to download. This is available in, I think it's in beta right now, but it's not done as far as I'm aware, but it's come quite a ways from where it used to be. And I'm very glad that I found out about this one when I did, because it's really neat. So, if I could praise it any more, I would. Put it that way. And it'll also break your computer if you're not careful, so be aware of that. But, it, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, the Spider-Man code or something. So right, we're going to do a little bit of a commercial break. I'm going to wrap up Bokida, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a little bit of the Yume Nikki game, which is also equally out there. Well, maybe not equally, but it's pretty out there. Probably more out there than this one, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to run a commercial, and I will see you guys in a few moments.